There is a version of tired that sleep does not fix. Not the kind of tired where you just need a nap. Not the kind of tired where you had a long day and need to sit down for a little while. I mean the kind of tired where your whole life feels heavy. Where you wake up and immediately feel the weight of everything you have to do. Where going to work feels like punishment. Where talking to people takes energy you do not have. Where even pretending to laugh at your coworkers' dumb jokes feels like one more responsibility you never signed up for. You still get up, you still go. You still do what you're supposed to do. So, from the outside, people assume you are fine. But inside, your tank is on E. And when your tank is on E, everything feels expensive. A conversation feels expensive. A text message feels expensive. A trip to the gym. Making a video, being patient, being nice, being needed all feel expensive. That's why Logan hits different. Not because he's cool, has claws, or is violent. Logan hits different because he looks like a man who is tired of surviving. Especially in the movie Logan. That is not the clean superhero version of Wolverine. That is not the unstoppable version. That is an old, worn down, irritated, sick, emotionally exhausted man who has lost too much, carried too much, and fought for too long. His body is breaking down. His healing is failing. His patience is gone. His hope is almost non-existent. And still, when someone vulnerable needs him, something in him moves. Not because he feels strong, not because he is happy to help, not because he has endless love and energy pouring out of him. He moves because some men can be exhausted and still protective. Some men can be irritated and still care. Some men can be falling apart and still answer the call. That's what this episode is about. Not pain in the dramatic movie sense. Not pain that makes you look cool. Real pain. Quiet pain. Pain that makes you short with people. Pain that makes you lose interest in things you used to love. Pain that makes you wake up 3 or 4 times a night. Pain that turns every day into something you have to survive instead of something you get to live. This is for the men who still try to create something, still try to hold their anger back, still try to be decent, even though deep down they are tired in a way they do not know how to explain. Because emotional exhaustion does not always look like sadness. Sometimes it looks like irritation. Sometimes it looks like a man sitting in his car before work, staring through the windshield, trying to find enough energy to walk inside. Sometimes it looks like losing your patience over something small because your nervous system has already been carrying too much. Sometimes it looks like having no tolerance for pointless conversations. Not because you think you are better than everybody, not because you're trying to be rude, because you have no emotional battery left. Every joke feels loud. Every question feels like pressure. Every unnecessary conversation feels like somebody reaching into your empty tank and asking for more. And that is hard to admit. Because most men are not allowed to say, I am exhausted. We are expected to say, we are good. We are expected to keep moving. We are expected to handle it. We are expected to be dependable, even when we feel dead inside. And Logan is the extreme version of that. He does not really want to be bothered. He does not want to connect. He does not want to be anybody's hero. He wants to be left alone. And I understand that. Because when you have been through enough, being left alone can start to feel like peace. Not happiness, not healing, just peace. No one asking for anything. No one needing anything. No one pulling on the version of you that you barely have enough energy to keep alive. And that is where emotional exhaustion gets dangerous. Because after a while, you do not just get tired of pain. You get tired of people. You get tired of hope. You get tired of trying. You get tired of being the one who has to get it together quickly because somebody else might need you. I know that feeling too well. After I lost my boy, there was a part of me that felt like I could not completely fall apart for too long. Not because I was okay. I wasn't okay. I was angry. I was numb. I was broken in ways I still carry. But even in that, there was this pressure in my mind. My parents or my sisters might need me. Somebody might need me to be solid, So even while I was grieving, even while I was carrying something that no father should have to carry, there was still this instinct to get myself together enough to be available. That sounds strong from the outside, and maybe part of it is, but it is also exhausting, because when you are always thinking about who might need you, you rarely ask who is allowed to need you back. That is Logan. Logan knows how to protect. He knows how to take damage. He knows how to fight. He knows how to endure. But he doesn't know how to rest. He doesn't know how to be cared for. He does not know how to stop being useful long enough to be human. A lot of men know that pattern. We learn how to be useful before we learn how to be loved. We learn how to show up before we learn how to say, I am not okay. We learn how to protect people before we learn how to admit we need protection too. And the messed up thing is, people will praise you for that while it is destroying you. They will call you strong. They will call you reliable. They will say, I knew I could count on you. And sometimes that feels good. Because we want to matter. We want to be dependable. We want to be the kind of man people can trust. But when being dependable becomes your whole identity, you start believing you are only valuable when someone needs something from you. That is where protector mode becomes a prison. Because if you are always the one who shows up, always the one who answers the phone, always the one who helps, always the one who figures it out, eventually, you start treating your own exhaustion like an inconvenience. You start telling yourself, I will rest later. I will deal with my pain later. I will fall apart later. I will take care of myself after everybody else is okay. But everybody else is never fully okay. There is always another problem, another bill, another call, another family situation, another workday, another responsibility, another person who needs you to be the version of yourself that can handle it. So you keep waiting for permission to stop, and it never comes. That is how a man can go years running on empty and call it strength. I remember one night after a relationship ended, I was not in a good place. Lonely, angry, tired, hurt, all of it. It was one of those nights where I did not want to be needed by anybody. I didn't want to be strong. I didn't want to be understanding. I didn't want to be mature. I didn't want to be the bigger person. I just wanted the pain to stop for a little while. And on top of that, I had to be up at 4:30 in the morning for work. Then, around 11 at night, someone I loved called because she was having car trouble. And I was upset. I was tired. Part of me wanted to say, figure it out. Part of me felt like, why am I still the person you call when you need help? Because that hurts. It hurts when someone can leave your heart stranded, but still trust you not to leave them stranded. And I am not saying that to sound noble. I am saying that because it was messy. I was not peaceful. I was not healed. I was not over it. I was not sitting there with some perfect mature mindset. I was hurt, but she needed help. And I could help. So I went. Because there is a part of me that has a hard time leaving someone stranded when I know I can do something. And that is where Logan feels familiar. Because Logan does not always help people from a beautiful place. Sometimes he helps from irritation. Sometimes he helps while angry. Sometimes he helps while exhausted. Sometimes he helps while wishing he did not care. But he still moves. And a lot of men understand that. A lot of men have shown up for people while secretly breaking. A lot of men have answered calls they did not have the energy for. A lot of men have protected people who never really understood the cost. A lot of men have been there for others during seasons where they barely wanted to be here for themselves. And that is why I do not want to turn Logan into some simple lesson about toughness. Because the answer is not just keep going. Men hear that all the time. Keep going. Push through. Stay hard. Be disciplined. Do not complain. And yes, discipline matters. Responsibility matters. Showing up matters. But sometimes, a man does not need another voice telling him to keep pushing. Sometimes, he needs someone to say, I see that you are tired. Not weak. Tired. Not lazy. Depleted. Not broken beyond repair. Drained from carrying too much for too long. There is a difference. When Logan meets Laura, she does not magically fix him. That is important. Connection does not suddenly make him cheerful. It does not erase his past. It does not give him back everything he lost. At first, it almost irritates him, because caring is dangerous when you are already exhausted. Caring means risk. Caring means someone else can become another wound. And when you have lost enough, part of you starts trying to prevent future pain by staying distant. That is why some men become hard to reach. It is not always because they do not care. Sometimes it is because they care deeply, and caring has cost them too much. So they keep people at a distance. They act annoyed. They act cold. They act like nothing matters. But watch what they do when someone is actually in danger. Watch what they do when someone vulnerable needs help. Their actions tell the truth before their mouth does. That is Logan. His mouth, attitude, and anger all say one thing. But his actions reveal that there is still a man in there who cares. A tired man. A damaged man. A man who does not know how to say it softly. But a man who cares. And maybe that is why Logan's pain feels so human. Because a lot of men are not emotionless. They are emotionally exhausted. There is a difference. Emotionless means nothing is there. Emotionally exhausted means too much has been there for too long. Too much grief, too much betrayal, too much pretending. Too much work, too much pressure. Too many nights waking up and checking the clock. Too many mornings dragging yourself into a job that drains whatever is left of you. Too many moments where the things you love do not even feel like relief anymore. That one hurts. Because when you start losing interest in the things that usually help you feel like yourself, it can scare you. The gym used to help. The videos used to give you purpose. The hobbies used to give you something to look forward to. Then suddenly, even those things feel heavy. And that's when people might say, you just need motivation. I don't think it's always that simple. Sometimes the problem isn't motivation. Sometimes the problem is that your mind and body are begging for recovery, and you keep trying to whip yourself into productivity. Sometimes the lack of motivation isn't the enemy. Sometimes it's a warning light, like the check engine light in a car. You can ignore it for a while. You can keep driving, you can turn the music up and pretend you don't see it. But ignoring it does not fix what is happening under the hood. And men are good at ignoring warning lights. Bad sleep, short temper, isolation, loss of interest, constant dread, low energy, no patience, no peace. We'll see all of that and still say, I'm good. Because saying I'm good is easier than explaining a pain that even we do not fully understand. But we have to be careful, because pain can make a man hard, and being hard can protect you for a while. It can help you survive certain seasons. It can help you stop begging people to understand you. It can help you stop explaining yourself to people who were committed to misunderstanding you anyway. But if you stay hard forever, eventually nothing gets in. Not love, not help, not peace, not joy, not rest, nothing. You become protected and imprisoned at the same time. That is the part of Logan that feels tragic. He is built to survive almost anything, but surviving is not the same thing as living. And that is a hard sentence for men like us, because some of us have become very good at survival. We know how to get through the day. We know how to go numb. We know how to keep our face straight. We know how to work while hurting. We know how to laugh when we're not okay. We know how to say I'm fine without even thinking about it. We know how to make pain look normal. But living requires something different. Living requires room. Room to feel. Room to rest. Room to be honest. Room to say, I can't keep doing life with my tank on E and calling it strength. And I'm saying that as someone who is still figuring it out. Not from some mountaintop. Not as a man who has mastered peace. I'm saying it as someone who knows what it feels like to be drained and still responsible. Someone who knows what it feels like to dread work, to lose interest in the gym, to struggle making videos even when the cause matters, to wake up over and over throughout the night, to have a low tolerance for pointless conversations because everything already feels like too much. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you that healing is easy, I'm not gonna tell you that you just need a better morning routine. I'm not gonna turn Logan's pain into a motivational poster. This is heavier than that, and for some men, this kind of exhaustion gets dark. So I want to say this plainly. If your exhaustion ever turns into feeling like you might hurt yourself, or you do not trust yourself to make it through the night, don't try to tough that out alone. Call or text 988 if you are in the United States. Get near somebody you trust. Go where you are not alone. That's not weakness. That's survival with wisdom. Because there is a version of masculine pride that'll let a man die before he admits he needs help. It's about telling the truth before the pain owns us completely. And the truth is, some of us are tired, deeply tired. Tired of working jobs that suck. Tired of being strong for people. Tired of grieving. Tired of being disappointed. Tired of being needed. Tired of sleeping badly. Tired of trying to rebuild ourselves while still having to show up like nothing happened. And maybe the first step is not some huge transformation. Maybe the first step is admitting, I am not okay right now. Not for attention, not to make excuses, just to stop lying to yourself. Because you can't heal what you keep minimizing. You can't recover from exhaustion you keep calling laziness. You can't receive support if you keep pretending you don't need any. And you can't keep driving on empty forever. Eventually something breaks, even for Logan. For us, it may not look like claws and healing powers failing. It might look like snapping on people we love. It might look like disappearing from everybody. It might look like drinking too much. It might look like not caring what happens anymore. It might look like losing the parts of ourselves we actually liked. It might look like becoming a man who is useful to everyone, but unknown by everyone. That is not the goal. The goal isn't to become unbreakable. The goal is to become honest enough to stop abandoning yourself. Because yes, people may need you. Your family may need you. Your friends may need you. You're not just a tool for other people's emergencies, or just a shield, or just a provider, or just a problem solver. You're not just a guy who shows up when everybody else calls. You're a human being. And human beings need rest, they need connection, they need quiet. They need purpose, they need help sometimes, even the strong ones, especially the strong ones. That is what Logan reminds me of. Not that pain makes you cool, not that isolation makes you strong, not that being angry all the time is some badge of honor. Logan reminds me that a man can be deeply damaged and still have something good left in him. He can be exhausted and still care. He can be irritated and still protect. He can be scared of connection and still need it. He can believe he is too far gone and still be reached. And maybe that is the part worth holding on to. Not the claws, not the violence, not the myth of being unstoppable, the humanity. The tired man underneath all of it who still had the capacity to care one more time. Because some men are not looking for a perfect happy ending. Some men are just trying to find a reason to keep softening a little in a world that keeps making them hard. Some men are trying to protect what is left of their heart without burying it completely. Some men are trying to admit they are tired without feeling like less of a man. And if that is you, I get it. I don't have a clean answer. I'm not going to pretend one video fixes that kind of exhaustion. But maybe we can start with this. You're not weak because you're tired. You're not lazy because your tank is empty. You're not broken because pain changed you. And you aren't less of a man because you need rest, help, space, or honesty. A man can still be dependable and be deeply exhausted. A man can still care and need care. A man can still protect others and need protection himself. And at some point, We have to stop confusing self-neglect with strength. Because running on empty may get you through the day, it may get you through the crisis, but it is not a life. And men like us deserve more than survival. We deserve more than dragging ourselves through every day and calling it discipline. We deserve more than being useful while slowly disappearing. We deserve more than becoming Logan at his most broken and pretending that is the highest form of manhood. Maybe the real strength is not becoming impossible to hurt. Maybe the real strength is admitting that we have been hurt. We are tired, and we still want something better than this. Not perfect, not easy, just better. Because your pain may explain why you're exhausted, but it doesn't have to be the only thing that defines you. And if your tank is on E right now, maybe the mission is not to shame yourself into moving faster. Maybe the mission is to stop ignoring the warning light. Rest where you can. Tell the truth where you can. Let somebody safe know where you really are. Take one small piece of your life back. And don't let pain convince you that being needed is the same thing as being loved. You're allowed to be more than the man people call when something is wrong. You're allowed to be tired. You're allowed to need. You're allowed to heal slowly. That still counts. Because men like us are not machines. We're not weapons. We're not shields. We are human. Just like Logan was still human underneath it all.